The DC Metro Police Department are what Joe Biden has called other companies rogue gun dealers. Oh, what do I mean? Well, the ATF is demanding answers from the DC Metro Police Department after a concerning number of guns have been found on crime scenes. The DC Metro Police, I might add, were for a while the only FFL in the District of Columbia. You're going to want to hear this story because if this was you or me or our local FFLs, hell would be to pay. According to the ATF, a gun or a firearm, a gun found at a crime scene is on average 10 years along its lineage. So from the day it was first sold to when it's found on a crime scene is about 10 years on average. ATF calls that time to crime. You've heard that on this channel a couple times. Shorter time to crime periods, ATF consider a possible indicator of illegal firearm trafficking, and they then provide that intelligence to their investigators. Well, ATF says that if that happens within 3 years of the first sale, meaning it's sold and then within 3 years ends up on a crime scene, extra scrutiny into that FFL is ordered. You know, Joe Biden's rogue gun dealers under his zero tolerance policy. Let's not forget that. If it were you or me or our friends down the street who are our local FFLs, they would have had their license removed and possibly jammed up in other ways. Now, quite a few DC Metro Police FFL transferred guns ended up on crime scenes, like I said. And before I explain more, because there's a lot to this, I want to thank the sponsor of the video, Lear Capital. It's no secret that our government is addicted to printing money and it's not going to stop. There's no politician or president that will stop at any time soon. The debt's going to continue to rise. If you believe that like I do, then I encourage you to call Lear Capital now and ask for the report called $3,200 Gold to understand how our rising debt means rising gold. Gold has hit another record high this week. It's going to continue to go up as long as our debt does as well. Now, this is free information from Lear Capital. There's absolutely no obligation to purchase. And if you want to know more, they have the answers to the questions you are willing to ask. Check them out. Call 1-800-260-5075. They're waiting for you. 1-800-260-5075. Or head over to leargg.com. I know some of you have made purchases lately. I have myself, and I am very, very glad that I have. Thanks to Lear Capital for sponsoring this video. All right, so like I said, for a while, the DC Metro Police Department was the only legal FFL in the nation's capital. It was the only place DC residents could legally buy handguns. Legally is the key there. How would they do it? Typically, they would go to a gun store in either Virginia or Maryland, or an online site, buy the gun there, and then have it shipped to the local FFL, which was, at the time, the DC Police Headquarters. DC PD were the ones who were supposed to fill out the 4473 paperwork with the customers and do the corresponding NICS background check. But we now know that dozens of guns were recovered at crime scenes. More importantly, the ones that DC police helped to sell. And the average time to crime at these guns was less than 2 years. On average, about 20 months from what I'm seeing. Now, that many guns recovered at crime scenes in such a brief period of time caused ATF to place DC Metro Police Department into a program they call Demand 2. Demand 2 is designed to give extra scrutiny to FFLs with high levels of so-called gun crimes. At least 25 of the guns that the Metropolitan Police Department helped sell to DC residents in 2020 and 2021 were recovered at crime scenes in 2021 alone. I don't have the numbers since then, but I'm sure they didn't just stop. Now, DC Metro PD has since stopped being the only FFL. They're not even an FFL anymore. They stopped operating as one. And I think there are 2 FFLs in DC now that aren't the police. Now, a DC Metro spokesperson said, MPD has never sold guns. MPD was required to operate as an FFL from April 3rd of 2020 until January 4th of 2021 to uphold a constitutional right in the district. During that period, the department facilitated the legal transfer of 8,038 firearms. Oh yeah, by the way, the transfer fee that the cops charged, the police who are funded and paid by tax dollars, yeah, they charge citizens $125 to fill out the NICS, to fill the 4473 and submit the NICS. $125 to transfer that gun. It's crazy. So I wanted you to A, have this information, B, what is your thought process on this? Joe Biden has been closing down FFLs for years now, where they have made simple clerical errors. Accidentally transcribing a number, or screwing up somewhere on paperwork, and they have lost their livelihoods, their businesses. Here you have a police department putting guns into the hands of people in the district as the FFL, and they're ending up on the street as crime guns. And I don't hear any of the anti-gun groups. Now, Brady Group has put out some information because they released a ton of letters from ATF to FFLs across the country that are in the Demand 2 program. So that's how we got some of this information. But are they saying shut down the police department? Are they saying investigate those cops who were doing the transfers? Are they serving no-knock warrants on these cops? No. Let me know what you guys and gals think down below. Remember, you are your own first responder. I can't stress that enough. God bless y'all. See you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel. Check your subscription. If you want to like the video, that would be great. It takes a second. Helps the algorithm so more people see this stuff. Share this. This needs to get out. DC Metro Police are responsible for every gun that they transferred. It doesn't sound like they're being held responsible. I don't know. You tell me. Take care.